welcome to all of my favorites, to all of my viewers. Welcome to Real Estate and Real Life with Erica is my agent. I am so excited to finally get this thing going, okay? So you know I tried 2 years ago with the Real Estate Housewife series. So now I'm bringing you Real Estate and Real Life, where I'll be talking about all things real estate and some of the things that go on in real life, real life situations with relationships, drama, some reality TV mixed in there. But overall, I look forward to bringing you some new material this year, and hopefully I'll get some new clients from you this year, or even some past clients. Maybe you'll come back to buy a house. I think I'm going to have a guest on the show today that was one of my first real estate clients and closings, and I spoke with him today and he's ready to get back. So hopefully this will bring everything all back together, okay? And so today's topic, I have always heard people say they don't want to buy a house until they're married. So today's topic is, should I wait until I'm married to buy a house? I know it's a huge discussion and a huge topic that a lot of people always question as women. For the most part, as a woman, I thought, okay, growing up, you have the Barbie house, you have, the dream of finding your husband, and you guys living this great life in this wonderful home that you'll stay in forever with your kids and everything else. So you did it together. So the husband and wife would do it together. But that's not always the case. All right. And so there are some really good advantages to waiting until you're married to buy a home. And I'll kind of go over those briefly with you. In order to buy a home, the first step is always speaking with the lender to see if you're eligible to buy a home. See if you can get qualified. They go over things such as credit, income, assets, everything regards to money and credit are like some of the most crucial things to have in order when you're looking to purchase a property. Get a lot of phone calls from people who just want to buy a house, but they don't know where to go first. So I always tell them, look, I ask them a couple fact-finding questions, see where they are financially, where they are credit-wise, and if they'll be eligible based on some of the information that they provide me. After they tell me a little bit of things that I need to know from them, I shoot them over to one of my preferred lenders that will not only just run credit on them, but that will guide them and coach them and help them to be able to go through the process a little bit more smoothly, okay? That's always a critical part. So it doesn't matter if you're single or you're married, you want to make sure that your financial situation is in order, okay? And that's also another factor when it comes to waiting until you're married. Sometimes, you can definitely find the love of your life, and the love of your life may not have some not so great credit. So you'll make a choice to move forward with either purchasing that house on your own, with your own income and credit, to make a decision if it's better for both of you to do it together based on the household income. A lot more income could help you to be able to buy a lot more house. So I honestly would just want to have a real conversation today. Hey, looks like I got my guest on board with me. And like I said, this is Curtis. Curtis has joined us today. He was one of my first clients in real estate. He's also my lovely cousin. Okay, and so I told him I got my real estate license, and he said, okay, Erica, I got some money. Let's buy a house. So he was one of the good ones that came on board with during the market crash, when everything was like pretty much priced a little bit lower. You didn't have to worry about credit. Cash is always good. In any market, cash is good. But there was also, bidding wars, similar to the market that we're currently in today. So Curtis, my cousin Curtis, he's married, but he purchased his first home prior to being married. So Curtis, tell us a little bit of the reason why you decided to purchase a home prior to getting married.
Oh, the first reason that I decided to purchase a home, honestly.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So, the main reason why I purchased a home before I got married is I was renting at the time, and I felt that it wasn't a benefit to me. I was giving away money, but I wasn't owning any. I realized it was time for me to purchase a home.
Okay.
As an investment for myself. And that's what made me purchase a home at a young age, is the fact that I realized, hey, I'm giving the money away by renting.
And that's actually very smart. And how old were you when you purchased your first home?
Ooh, wow. Had to be about 13 years. 13 years ago.
I've been doing this for 14 years, so it's definitely been about 13 years. Yep.
Yeah, about 13 years ago. So I was young. I was in my early 20s.
And that's good. You know, that's excellent. So there's no age requirements for purchasing a home, except you do have to be at least 18 or older. But it's always good to start investing in your future. And you talked a little bit about getting tired of paying rent, and you know it wasn't a good investment with your money. That's definitely something that I usually tell people to weigh the options. You know, like if you can purchase a home and pay the same amount, I think the standard rental prices in Detroit right now is anywhere from in between $800 to $1,100, depending on where you want to live and the house that you want to live in. And so let's just say a year's worth of rental payments on the low end will be about $9,600, right? And you bought a house for not too much more than that, right? And you've been living in it for 13 years, okay? So that's definitely a benefit if you're able to do that. I always say weigh your options when it comes to renting versus buying. So your marital status doesn't always have anything else to do with it. But now that you're married, you told me today that you may be interested in purchasing a home, and of course, that may be because of what?
Because of expecting another baby.
Okay.
Next month.
Yeah.
So the family is growing.
Okay.
But I will tell everybody this. I purchased a house. My wife made it a home.
That's right. Listen to that. I love it. He said, I purchased a house and my wife made it a home. Okay. And so that's definitely great. That's definitely great. And I do appreciate you for coming on with me today. I know you're in the middle of your work day. But like he said, you know, just think about some of the benefits it comes with purchasing a home. Right now, I know he can sell his home for at least 4 times the amount. 4 to 6 times the amount of what he purchased it, okay, 13 years ago. So that's assets and income that will be readily available for him to move on to his new home or just put it back in the bank, you know. He doesn't have to sell it if he doesn't want to. You can also, you know, get a new tenant that'll be paying that $750 to still reside in that property that you've lived in for 13 years. So that's definitely a benefit to home ownership prior to marriage. But now we're going to find that next new home so your wife could definitely do her thing and enjoy the rest of your lives in that home with a new baby. And so congratulations. I look forward to celebrating with you guys soon. All right. And so, like I said, that was one of my very first clients. I've been in real estate for about 14 years. My cousin said, okay, Erica, look, I'm ready to buy a house. And he came on board. It's like my first client that I was taking out. And I'm so happy that we were able to find him something that he could stay in for years. And that was prior to marriage. And now that he's married, he can now use that equity that is in his home to do whatever he chooses to do. Or it'll just be an additional asset for his family moving forward. That's that generational wealth that everybody is looking for, okay? And so, again, I just want to tell a short story about my first home purchase because, of course, I didn't wait until I was married to purchase a home. I purchased my first home, what was it? Almost 14 years ago. Look. Almost 13 or 14 years ago in the same market as my cousin. It was that, you know, during the market crash, and I got so lucky. Well, I was praying a lot to God. Y'all know I'm a firm believer in prayer. And I said, you know, I was looking for an apartment and nobody would approve me because I had just started my journey in real estate. And I decided, okay, well, my clients have been submitting these offers for a couple $1,000s on homes. Let me try. I tried it like the lottery, and I won. I couldn't believe it. My first home I purchased for $1,500. I was not married, had a brand new baby, a couple months old. I think by the time I closed on the house, he was about 10 months old. And I was not even interested in no new man, okay? So I was not even on the way to marriage at all. But I decided that, if this opportunity is here for me, let me take advantage of it. I lived in that house for 8.5 years, okay? And sold my home for almost 35 to 40 times the amount that I paid for it. You do the math. I'm not going to tell you. But you do the math and use that money to purchase the home where I've now been living for, 6 years. Yep, so 6 years. So 2 homes that I've lived in, several homes that I have rented or flipped in the meantime, all purchased prior to marriage. And I've just now purchased another home now that I'm unmarried. So I'm not a believer in that you do have to wait until you're married to actually purchase a home, because I would have passed up so much opportunity, so much investment on the investment end, so much money, okay, if I would have waited until I was married. So I took advantage of the market, not so much, the American dream per se. But I took advantage of the market. So you always want to pay attention to what's going on in the market when you decide to purchase a home, And right now the interest rates are very low. And I always say buy when the interest rates are low. Or if you have a market crash and you are able to pay cash, buy it right out. Simply because right now you could get way more house for your family with way less with a lower interest rate. Okay, so I recently purchased a home. It was my very first mortgage. Every other home I purchased via cash. The interest rate on that home was like 2.75%, which was like pennies on a dollar, right? So it's definitely worth it. Okay, and I also just kind of wanted to discuss a couple things when it comes to my polls that I put on. Thank you guys for your feedback on those, and it does look like a lot more people waited until they were married to purchase a home. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. So if you do have a partner and you guys tag team, your financial obligations together, it's okay to wait, But if you're in a situation like myself and you're just out here and you're trying to find yourself, and there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of the market and purchasing a home. And again, if I get a new husband, we're definitely going to purchase a house together, okay? Simply because that's something that I want to do. And I want to be able to build something solid and have us come in with a solid foundation financially amongst both of us, so that we can do this thing called life together. Because marriage is a lifelong commitment, the same as a mortgage, which is a long-term commitment. But they both do require something of you, And so if you have any questions in regards to home ownership or where you are credit-wise, I'm here to help, okay? I want to see as many people own properties as possible, okay? Because if you're a long-term renter, it gets old. Just think about the thousands of dollars that you're paying into someone else's life that you could be using to stabilize your own, or to build that firm foundation that you need in order for your kids to have something to look forward to. So again, I just want to say thank you all. And don't wait. I mean, don't wait. I hope you find your mate today, but don't wait. Take advantage of the current market interest rates, because they are really good right now. If you need me, I'm here. Erica is my agent. Have a great day.